old song by Doyle Lawson and Quicksilver. Love that tune. Somebody was asking me about Ramblin' Fever, and I think Traveling Down the Blue Road is a lot like Ramblin' Fever. You know, like Ramblin' Fever, traveling down the blue road. I hope somebody doesn't sue over that because I think they're both good songs. I think there's room for both of them. Okay, so I've been talking now for really a year or so, or maybe even a little more, about building bluegrass guitar breaks out of the melody, double stops, fills, and phrases and stuff like that. And the reason I did that, to begin with, is I felt like what was being talked about on YouTube, what I was seeing, was a lot of emphasis about fiddle tunes and about speed and stuff like that. And listen, I love fiddle tunes. I love playing as fast as I can, which is not as fast as somebody else. But I really felt like we needed a foundation where you could get in the jam. Because when I was coming up, the old guys that played guitar could play a break, and it wasn't that fancy. And there's a place for that. I'm not saying, that the goal should be to be an average guitar player. I'm just saying that you don't have to learn to be the best guitar player to have fun. You can play the song. You can play a simple melody. Traveling down the blue road, wandering hardly waiting just to get back home again. Winds are blowing down the blue road, you loser, soon he's gonna win. It's a simple melody. Now, it doesn't mean that it's invalid or that it's a bad thing to play a Tony Rice style break. That's still a good break, but we need a place to get into it, okay? So that's where we came up with this thing about, okay, play the melody. It's really based a lot in like concepts of the banjo, like play the melody with rolls attached to it. Okay, play the melody with double stops attached to it. Stuff like that. But now then, what's the next step? After you can do that, okay, so then I said, okay, the next step is maybe take a chord and improvise over it, play some kind of line. And that, just saying that, the idea of improvising, making up your own lick, or even taking a lick from another song and putting it in, that's a huge step. It's not easy to improvise, right? It's easy to poke around and find a few notes, but to make a fluid line. So I really feel like now the next step after that is going to be becoming fluid with lines. And I don't think that's necessarily an easy thing, but I'm working with people on that right now and how to do that and finding different ways to teach that. So here's what I mean by fluidity. So traveling down. So here could be like some lines. So when we're not playing the melody, we're playing the chords. So I was playing the chords. Now I wasn't playing the chords like this. I was playing the chords like this. So I've got something to play over each chord. But to do that and to keep this pace going is really the game, right? Like keep that thing going. And that's hard to learn, right? But at least we know what we're trying to learn. And then we can start talking about maybe ways to do that. So, basically I was playing Big Mon. And then let's put that in though. So Big Mon. it works. So, I mean, that took a little bit of time to work out. And I say a little bit of time, it took me a little bit of time right there. And I've been doing this for 30 years, right? So, when you're working this stuff out, boy, it takes some time. And you'll steal a little bit from over here and a little bit from over there and a little bit from over there. But it takes some time to work out how to connect those lines together, how to make a fluid sound. Okay, so that's a step. And what I like about the thing that I did before, which is this building bluegrass guitar breaks, which you can kind of learn about in the free handout I have called Bluegrass Guitar Breaks from the Ground Up. And then I just put out something else that's like an online course that I'm selling called Level Up. And I take 5 songs and I show first break, melody, second break, double stops, third break, adds fills, fourth break, adds something else. So you can kind of see how that builds. And you can get both those things at andyslessons.com, of course. That, first of all, gives you a good sounding break right off the bat, just this basic thing. But then it also gives you a structure to build on and a structure to come back to, so that you don't have to have a break that's all notes, right? I know we think we want a break that's all notes, but man, is that a lot to say, I'm going to play this many notes. Traveling down the blue road. You know, what's that going to be? You know, I mean, yes, we hear people play like that, but how are we going to just jump into that if we can't jump into little bits at a time? So that's all I'm saying. I want to start with a basic structure, and that sounds good already. Go to the jam tonight and have a good time, and then, yeah, we can add some extra stuff. So that's the next step. The next step is working on fluidity. And hey, I'm learning how to teach. I've never stopped learning how to teach since I've started doing this. I'm teaching for 22 years, something like that, and I feel like I've never stopped learning how to teach. So now I'm trying to figure out what's the best way to help people be fluid, and so that's what we're working on. All right, so I'm going to play a little more of Traveling Down the Blue Road. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1.